Namaste everyone.
Namaste.
For being late. So we had an issue to log in, so I got late. How are you all?
Good. Very good.
Good. Namaste Kajal ji and Rekha ji, Naringa ji.
Hello. Namaste.
So please introduce yourself, Rekha ji and Kajal ji. How long have you been practicing? If you have any injury, so please let me know.
I just started today.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get a chance to look at the previous videos, so I need to catch up the previous videos. So I'm just like new to it.
Okay. So if you have any injury or any severe problem, so please let me know. Like if you have a spinal problem or sciatica pain or hernia or something like this, then because
Okay.
it's your alignment class, we'll get to the posture and according to that problem that we have got. Okay.
I sometimes used to once I hit my knee on something, and from that time, sometimes like if I do more exercise or something like that, I can get like pain on the knees. That's something like physically like is something which I need to work on.
All right. So let's begin with 3 Om together. Sitting any comfortable pose. Now close your eyes. Take a deep breath in. And then long exhale out. With the next inhalation, we'll chant 3 times Om together. Inhale. Join your hands together in front of your heart center. Bend your head forward. Open your eyes while blinking. And namaste to everyone.
Namaste. Namaste.
So let's begin with any posture that you want me to discuss. Any posture that you want me to discuss, like warrior A, warrior B, or sun salutation.
Sometimes like I get this, what do you call, like what do you call?
Alignment.
Yeah, this thing, ear problem, like can't get steady. Like I can't remember the name of it.
I can't
remember, the name of, like when you get like an ear problem, you get like, you can't really walk, like you feel like you're like, falling down, that kind of thing. It's called, can't remember the name.
That's okay.
So can I do every yoga with that one? You might have understood like what I mean, like.
Sometimes you cannot hear something like this.
No. It's like you feel like spinning, like if you, for example, if you get up really quickly and get to bed really quickly or something like that, then you can get like a ear imbalance. Then you can have the imbalance in the body as well. So you might be there for a whole day, or like sometimes it goes out by like small exercise.
See, yoga poses that usually gives us benefits on the external problem. But if you are going for the internal problem, then I'll suggest you do pranayama, like Brahmari pranayama, or any unknown vilom or nadi sodhana, that is going to give you so many benefits inside. Okay. So poses.
No, I'm just asking, like, if when I do the, like, for example, like, when you stand upside down, is it going to have an impact on the ear imbalance?
Yeah, maybe that will impact, because when in the inversion, the lot of body pressure that is going to definitely come out on your head. Yes, Kajal ji.
Yeah, sorry I have to cut you, Rekha. So I've been like following the recorded session since April. Okay, and the problem I'm having with asanas is that I am not flexible at all. So I'm finding it very difficult for me even to practice alignment. I'm not getting any modification so that I can improve myself, improve my strength. I used to attend the evening classes, the morning classes for asana, but I had to stop because I'm having difficulty to adjust in the class.
Okay.
So that's why I'm joining this 6 p.m. class, because I'm not able to do any of the asana. My body is too stiff and I need modifications.
All right. Yes, Rekha ji, what I was saying to you that so just we will not do so much inversion in this in alignment class, but we will talk about the flexibility on our legs, flexibility on our hip, flexibility on our like overall on our body. Okay. So no need to go for the inversions. Every posture is going to definitely help you somewhere.
Okay.
A little. Okay. So before we get into other pose, let's stretch our legs, extend your legs forward. Now keep your hips open, hip width apart. Now keep your legs open, hip width apart, and then pull your toes back towards you, and then stretch your arms over the head. Now turn your palms up, reach up high. Exhale, grab your big toes with your both hands. Now lift your head up. So this is your Passimothanasana or seated forward bend. Exhale, bend your elbows and look front. Keep your knees bent. Open up your chest. And then stay there for 3, 2, 1. Exhale, completely bend down. Bend your elbows to the side. Bend your elbows to the side and keep stretching your leg and your spine together. For last 3, 2, 1. Inhale, chest up. And then exhale, press your palms on the floor. And then bend your right leg at the knee, interlock your fingers behind your right foot. Now with the next inhalation, stretch your arms over the head. And then extend your leg up. Exhale, bend your elbows, lower your head down. 1, 2, and 3. Now bend your right leg at the knee. Right knee into Triangmukha Asana.
Which
leg? Here, right bend your right leg and bring the both on your right leg. And take the calf out from your leg. And then look front. Do not sit on your right heel, sit on your butt. Okay, make sure your right knee is out of your right hip. Stretch your arms over the head, keep your hips square. Exhale, bend forward, grab your left foot with your both hands, and then completely bend down, lower your head down, and then stay there. If you
If
can
you
grab,
can't
otherwise,
get to your legs, what do you do?
I'm telling, just have patience.
Sorry.
Just grab your ankle or grab your shin bone and then roll your shoulders back and then pull your chest up. So the main purpose of doing this posture is to extend our spine, not having that stretch only on your hamstring. All right. Just grab your shin bone and then pull up your chest and keep leaning forward. Okay. Just understand this hip movement, how you're rotating your hips forward. Now grab your shin bone, inhale, lift your chest up, and then keep leaning forward without dropping your head down. We are not going to do this. Instead, we are doing this elevation of our chest. Elevate your chest and then lean forward. 1, 2, keep leaning, keep extending. 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, take your arms up. Exhale, release your hands down, and then extend your right leg forward. Shake your legs, shake your thighs. Lock your fingers behind your left foot. And then with the next inhalation, stretch your leg high in the air. Look front, roll your shoulders back, and then keep your spine straight. Keep extending high, breathe in and out there. And then bend your elbows, lower your head down on your left leg, stretch, and then stay there again. 1.
Can I use the belt?
Yes?
Can I use a belt?
Yeah, you can use a belt if you have belt. That's very nice. But make sure your spine is straight.
Okay.
You're not leaning back. Keep pulling up high. For last 3, 2, and 1. Now bend your left leg at the knee. And then take your left foot beside of your left hip. And then take the calf out. Just grab your calf muscle and then take this out so that you can sit on your hips evenly. You can make sure you're not tilting your hip. One hip should not be lifted. Both hips should be pressed down evenly on the floor. Okay, comfortable? Now stretch your arms up over the head. Exhale, grab your shin bone or grab your right leg. Or if you can grab your foot, grab your foot. Now lift your chest up. The moment when you lift your chest up, you will have that nice extension on your lower back. Just look at me here. If I'm bending completely forward without any awareness, I will make hump. Okay, so we are not going to do this in the beginning. We are going to extend our chest and then push your abdomen forward. First push your abdomen forward and then hold. Wherever you can, go further. 1, keep pushing, keep bending forward. 2, yeah, Naringaji, you can completely bend down. You're fine. 3, just keep looking forward. 4 and 5. Inhale, take your arms up over the head. Exhale, release your hands down, extend your leg forward. Take your leg, take your thigh. So now we are going to do Passimothanasana or seated forward bend. We have already done standing forward bend. Now we'll discuss about this Passimothanasana or seated forward bend. See, when you're doing seated forward bend, make sure your legs are always open, hip width apart. Or if you are keeping your feet together, so it is also going to be right if you're keeping your feet together for those who are practicing for a long period of time. But if you are a beginner, always remember to keep your legs open, hip width apart, like this. Okay, do not bring your feet together. If you bring your feet together, grab your toes, then you will start to make this, what do we call this? This is called inversion, this is called eversion. Okay, you will start to make this eversion on your feet, on your ankle. All right, so just grab your toes, maintain the gap between your both legs, and try to push forward from your inner arch of your feet. Do not pull that leg, pull your inner arch of your feet back. Just keep pushing your inner arch of the feet forward so that you will be more engaged with your calf muscles, or you will find that internal rotation in your legs.
Can I bend the leg?
Rajesh, did you understand what do I mean here?
Yeah.
Little bit.
Little bit, yeah. So I
Okay.
need to move forward and grab.
No. I'm just telling you about the foundation of this posture. Okay. So we are going to bring the all consciousness or all awareness in our feet only.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Understand one more time. If you're pushing your, see, usually when you're bending forward, this is going to happen. Like your feet will start to rotate inward. This is called eversion. This is called inversion. Okay, this is eversion. This is your inversion. When you're making your toes pointed. Okay, so we are not supposed to make our toes pointed, but pull your toes back and push your inner arch of your feet forward. Do not do this one. The moment when you rotate your leg outward, is also going to rotate from the top of your femur bone. Okay, so tendency of your legs while bending forward is going to be rotated inward. Okay, so in order to rotate your legs inward, you have to always push from the inner arch of your feet, like this, not like this. Okay, you have to push your inner arch of your feet forward so that you can rotate your whole leg, the entire leg from the top to the bottom. Understood? If you're keeping your feet together, now your hip joint will not allow you to get your legs rotated inward. Okay, so that is why we are keeping that legs open, hip width apart, so that we will not find any resistance, and this is going to be very easy to get deepen into the posture. Okay, so in the beginning you cannot get directly down to your toes because maybe you do not have that much enough flexibility. So always remember to touch your abdomen on your thighs and bend your legs at the knee. Again, we'll have extension on our lower back, on your butts. Then after we'll work on our thighs. Same thing happens in your standing forward bend. Now grab your big toes, bend your legs at the knee, grab your big toes with your both hands. Bend your legs at the knee. अपने legs को bend करिए, and then grab your big toes, and then pull your toes back towards your face, and then keep opening your chest. Keep opening, and then stay there for a while. For 3. As you inhale, elevate your chest high and feel that nice extension on your lower back, on your thoracic region. 2, 1. Exhale, extend your right leg forward and then left leg forward and then hold. 1. If you cannot, keep your legs bent. 2. Try to touch your abdomen on your thighs. 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, take your arms up over the head. Exhale, release your hands down. So in the beginning, it's going to be very hard to find the flexibility because flexibility has to have that takes time. Okay, that takes almost 4 or 5 or 6 months of person to person probability. All right.
Okay.
Again, now pull your toes back, press your palms on the floor, and then lift your chest up. Pull your toes back, and then lift your chest up. Open up your chest. Again, bend your legs at the knee, and then lean forward. Now understand how are we going to rotate our hip? How are we going to rotate our pelvic girdle? Lean forward and keep pulling your chest high. And then hold for 3, 2, 1. Take your hands back. Take your hands back. Keep stretching. Pull up your chest. And then hold for 3, 2, and then 1. Stretch your arms forward, up in the air, and keep bending forward. 1, and stretch your hips. Feel that extension here. 2, and 3. Now grab your all toes with your both hands. Inhale, halfway look up. Exhale, bend your elbows, lower your head down. Forcefully exhale and get deeper into the posture. Inhale, halfway look up. Now press your palms on the floor and then bend your legs at the knee, hug your thighs, hug your legs. So what did you understand in this Passimothanasana alignment? How are we going to do this Passimothanasana? Yes, Kajal ji?
We have to just keep the leg like hip apart and try to put our belly to the thighs, then grab the
And
toes.
grab the toes. Okay.
Yeah.
And make sure you are rotating your legs inward. This is very important. If you're bending forward without bringing that awareness on your feet and without bringing that awareness on your legs, then there is going to be like you may fall into injury. Because if you're rotating your legs outward and then you're bending forward, now some in between your pelvic girdle and your femur bone, your bone on bone compression happens.
Okay.
Okay, so that is why whenever you're bending forward, make sure you're flexing your hips and then rotating your legs inward and then creating space, and your hip will allow your legs to rotate inward. Okay, so do not actually go, bring the all concentration in your legs.
So the thumb of the leg should be inward, shouldn't be outward, should be inward, isn't it?
Everything should be inward, because tendency of our body is to rotate your legs inward whenever you're bending forward.
Yeah.
If you're bending back, at the time you have to rotate your legs outward.
Yeah. It
Your
comes naturally, isn't it?
yes.
Yeah.
And one more thing, your ankle directly influences your hip joint. If you are making your toes, just lay down on your back, everyone. Just lay down on your back. Now make your toes pointed. Make your toes pointed. Right. The moment when you are making your toes pointed, what are you feeling on your hip joint and on your legs? How they are behaving, how they are rotating. Yes, is that rotating inward or outward?
Outward.
Upward.
Outward, yes. So when you're rotating, when you're making your toes pointed, your ankle directly influences your hips that start to rotate your leg outward, right? When you're pulling your toes back towards you, how it's going to rotate?
Inward.
Inward. Okay, so in the flexion of your hips, you have to always rotate your legs inward. That is why we have to pull our toes back, because we need this internal rotation in our leg while flexing our hip joint. Okay, so remember, how are we going to rotate that in or out as per its position of the position of the posture. If it's extending, if your hip joint is extending, you have to rotate your legs outward. If it's flexing, you have to rotate them inward. Okay, and for beginners, it's not necessary to get deeper into the posture. It's necessary to hold the posture, because even if you are enough flexible, maybe they do have problems too. Because sometimes what happens, if your elbow, see, if you have too much flexibility in your joint, that is never going to be good for you. Because if your elbows are like hyperextended, like your elbow is pushing forward, you cannot make one straight line with the elbow. That means it does not have strength. Like your body is not made in such a way where it was designed, right? So you have worked here too much, and then now it's like hypermobile or hyper extended. So we have to always bring the strength. We have to work out on the strength, and flexibility too, but not too much flexibility, but strength is going to be work out accordingly. Okay, the stiffness of the muscles is different, strength of your muscles is different. If you are fused with your lower back, it does not mean like you have strength. If you have like tight lower back, tight abdomen, it does not mean you have flexibility. If you have tight hamstring, tight legs, it does not mean that you have strength. Okay, make sure how you will consider like people do have strength or stiffness. Like gym, who go for gym, they have also stiffness in their body, right? They have muscles, but they have also stiffness somewhere in their muscles, but they do have strength. All right, so they do not have, they do have tightness, but it's like it's converted into that strength. We cannot say yeah, they are like they may be they are maybe stable from their mobility from their joint, but they do have strength in their muscle. Okay, so tightness and strength.
Can they correct it? Will
Yes.
they be able to correct that? Will they be able to correct that?
Yeah, they can easily correct it. If see, before you go, if you work out on your biceps or legs, we usually work out on our joints, right? So you just need to work out on your joints in the beginning. Then after you can work on the then strength. Then after work on that flexibility. Now you will be balanced, and you can also pump up with your muscles. Okay, even after you have like muscular body, you can still do yoga. You can still work on the mobility of your joints. So mobility of the joints is very important, more than the strength of your muscles. If you have mobility, then it's going to be very nice. But if you have hypermobility, again, it's not good for your body. Hypermobility means, do you understand hypermobility? Many people you may have seen, they
Running too
can,
much.
yes.
Is it hypermobility? Is it like more running and things like that? Is it like that? No?
Yeah. When you are going further than the range of motion of your joint. Okay, let's suppose you may have seen people who can lift their leg behind their head, and then they can take even further out from their head, right? So they are hypermobile people. They can they it's going to be very hard for them to build the strength in their that particular region of their body. Okay, because their muscles are not working that much. They are just holding into the joints, and the holding into the joint is never going to give you strength. That like is going to just rub bone on bone compression. You may be working out there too much on that bone on bone compression, and like that is then you may fall into injury. So do not look
So
for that.
if somebody's if
Yeah,
somebody's really flexible, can they come back to like not that much flexible? Is it
yeah,
a reverse?
they
Can that happen?
reverse, yeah, that usually happens. But if they are already mobile, like if they are already hypermobile from their joints, then it's going to be very hard to come back from there. Once you are stiff, you can easily be flexible, but if you are flexible already, flexible, then it's going to be very hard to get back into like that stiffness or that like normal body posture. Like
But
if
you don't need to come back. You just need to build strength for the
yeah,
people.
yeah, you just need to build the strength around that particular region muscles. Yeah,
Yeah.
just he or she needs to just build the strength of their muscle and build the strength of their muscle, and then hold the particular hold that like let's suppose if you talk about warrior A pose or high lunge. What do we do in high lunge and warrior pose? If you are too much flexible there, you will not hang into your muscles, you will hang into your joints only, right? Just look at me here. How do I do this? Now you will understand. If I'm doing high lunge, if I'm already flexible, I'm going to do it like this, right? But if I'm not that much flexible, and then I'll do like still I'm feeling the same stretch here, but when you're already flexible, you will not be able to like find the stability into the posture, and you will just sink down. And the flexible people, they usually push their hips down and they start to hang into the joint. So when I'm just making more than 90-degree angle of my front leg, here I'm just working out on my muscle. I'm just hanging into my muscle strength. I'm not hanging into my joint. This is the hanging into your joint. This is your hang into your muscles engagement.
So what is the right thing to do? Is it muscle or
Yeah,
doing?
muscular engagement is very important. see, we have got already muscle. If you're not using your muscles, so what is the benefit of doing that? See, we do have stiffness in our muscle. We do have stiffness in our joints too. If your joints are already mobile, if your muscles are not does not have strength, then there is no use of this mobility. There is no use of that flexibility. Just use your muscles whenever you want to hold that particular posture, not your only joints. Each and every posture that has that purpose. Is it working for the mobility or is it working for the strength? Okay.
So for example, for like dancers, do they need more flexibility or strength? What is the most?
What
Is
did
it
you say?
both? For like dancers, they need need to move around quite a lot, isn't it? So do they need strength or more flexibility to dance for dancing?
For dancers, it also depends what kind of if they are doing salsa or other thing. They see, if you're doing salsa or like hip hop kind of thing, then they do have strength too. They have flexibility too. See, there is a difference word mobility. Mobility is equal to flexibility plus strength. If you have flexibility plus strength, then it is mobility. Right, but dancer, they do have mobility, like they are flexible, they are like they do have strength, and then they combine all of them together. Okay, but if we talk about those who are like hypermobile, or they cannot hold their body posture, or they cannot be stable into one particular posture, if they are taking their hands up, it's going to be get back. Right, if they are lifting, if they are coming into handstand, their hip start to bend back. So that is hypermobility, that is hyperextension. We need to just bring
If
that.
somebody if somebody likes to like stand up, like when you're like going there, just if it's the body goes to one direction more, is why is it doing that, like most like stiff, like it won't it won't like be in the center. When its hand goes like that, this body will also go like it's more stiff. Is it because they're more stiffer?
Can you show me that how what do you want to say?
Like for example, like if you need to do like this,
Mm-hmm.
and but some people will go like they can't be steady, that they will go like that, or
Okay, okay,
like that kind of thing.
okay. They cannot
So
take their hands up over the air.
why that happens? Yeah.
That it also happens due to that bad posture. If you are sitting long with a bad posture, you will have that stiffness. Like you're sitting on the chair, you're working on the laptop, or you have kyphosis. That happens because of this long sitting, bad posture.
Okay. So
Kyphosis
it
means
can be
when,
altered.
yeah, that can be treated. That can be treated when you're working out with that flexibility and mobility altogether. Like if you talk about the shoulder stiffness, how many of you take your hands over your head in a day? How many times? How many times do you take your hand
Not much.
over your head in a day?
Very few, unless you practice in yoga, very few.
Unless you practice
Yeah,
yoga. If you do not
Yeah.
practice yoga, you will never take your hand over your head.
yeah,
And
Yeah.
if
just to
you're
take
finger,
something like kitchen
yeah,
things from out down from there to here, otherwise like nothing. No.
otherwise no, right? So see,
Just
and
to take
also
a
taking your arms up over the head does have also alignment. You have to rotate your hands outward. If you're rotating your arms inward, then again you're not working on that extension of your arms or flexion of your arms, right? See, if you are just sitting and working on laptop or working on the chair and going office and coming back home, the whole day, the entire day, we are not lifting our arm, we are not working out that joint. Then because of that stiffness, because of that long holding, we do have stiffness in our muscle. So we just need to stretch that out, or that also happens because of the dehydration. If you have dehydration in your body, then again your muscle will start to contract. Okay, just have water every day, like as much as possible, like according to the comfort. Okay, not too much. just according to the comfort. Just have as much as water, and work out on the joint every day. A little bit, 5 minutes, 10 minutes is fine to stretch your whole body. You don't need to be that much flexible. You're not going for the competition. We are working for our health. Just work out for 5 or 10 minutes in a day, or 15, half an hour maximum, and then do your whole like daily routine at all. Then after,
Yeah, what
other thing matters.
what about the people who has got like lots of people has got like back problem, like because like constantly sitting, and like they'll really
Back
struggle with
problem.
their spine maybe
Yeah,
spine.
I got it. So there are, see, maximum back problem that happens in your lower back, on your lower back,
Yeah.
not on your upper back, not on your cervical. Cervical region is also like as same as like lower back, because it does have also curve. Lower back has also curve. But if you talk about that problems in a lower back, there we do have sciatica pain, or that herniated disc pain, bulging disc, slip disc, or lordosis. These things happen. It is going to be very difficult terms to understand. See, these things happens when you do not work out on your these things happen when you have stiffness in your muscle. Okay, you just need to stretch that out and strengthen that particular region of that muscle. See, again, you have tightness, but you do not have strength, right? Your lower back does have tightness, but you do not have low back strength. Okay, to see, then after we will do on the strengthening part of your lower back, like what are going to be the poses for those who have that stiffness on their lower back. Forward bends. We will do all forward bend. Whenever we have stiffness in our lower back, we will do forward bends. If you have slip disc, then we will avoid forward bends. Slip disc matlab,
What is slip disc?
slip disc is something like when in between your vertebrae, that synovial fluid in between your vertebrae, that start to come out from its place, that is called slip disc. Okay, and then it start to pinch your nerve. This is called slip disc or bulging disc. And sciatica pain,
Okay.
you may have have you heard this before? Sciatica pain.
No, I do have it, but my husband has it. So like back pain all the time, like it's after like sitting for a long time.
Yes,
So
sciatica pain. See, there are
like
also two reasons of the sciatica
we
pain.
don't know the reason.
Huh?
This pain, like back pain, sometimes like for some years there might not be, but sometimes it comes back and stay for a long time.
See, sciatica pain happens because of two reasons. First, lower back. Second, stiffness in your muscle. This is called piriformis muscle. We do have inside in your pelvic girdle. Okay, if your husband is having that pain because of lower back reason, then he need to work out of that. He need to work out on the strengthening part of their lower back. If he's having that pain because of this muscle, here we have piriformis muscle. We are going to do pigeon pose wherever we are bending our front leg at the knee. Just look at me here. This is the pose for them. This is the best pose for them who have sciatica pain. They will bend their front leg at the knee, and then they will lay down on their back and do like this. What else they can do? They can extend, interlock, and then pull their leg back. Or they can keep their one leg on other leg like this, because they will have a stretch over here. This is called piriformis. Wherever you are having a stretch in this pose, that is your piriformis muscle. That is going to be flexible. If that becomes stiff, then we have this sciatica pain, because that sciatica pain goes through that muscle and goes all the way around to your leg. When that muscle start to pinch the sciatica pain, then that pain travels through your leg all the way around. Okay,
So what's the yoga code? What is the yoga code?
what is
what is the name of the yoga?
okay, yoga pose. So you can do this one, like
No,
pull your leg
name.
back.
Name. Yeah.
This is a figure 4 position or Suchirandra asana.
Okay.
Okay. Just write down figure 4, then you will understand. You can easily get into your, or just write down on Google like sciatica pain poses. You will find easily.
Okay.
I have a question.
Yes.
So regarding the attendance, so should I first attend the asana class, then come to the alignment class for modification? Because I don't know how this class works. Is it just about discussion or modification to asana?
It's also about the modification and discussion. See, I cannot adjust you, but I will tell you the modify how you can modify.
Okay.
Okay, because Passimothanasana we modified by bending our leg. We will grab our feet, but there
Okay.
will not be intense poses, and we will not work out. We will just talk about the poses, and we'll talk about how we are going to get deep into there.
Okay, so for me, it's better to attend both classes. So the asthma as well and these classes all together.
Yes, you are supposed to attend all the classes.
Okay.
Okay, then let's finish today's session. It was nice talking to you. Sit up straight on your mat. Close your eyes. Let's finish with 1 Om followed by 3 Shanti. A deep breath in. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Join your hands together in front of your heart center. Bend your head forward. And then open your eyes while blinking. Namaste to everyone.
Namaste.
Enjoy your day. Enjoy your evening. See you in the next class. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.